So you have a child or grandchild and you're asking if RESPs are a great investment? That's a great question. The short answer is yes, but there are many different kinds. So the first thing we want to look at is what are the different types of investments out there when it comes to RESPs. Really, there's two major ones. There's the pooled plans and then the self-directed plans. So I prefer the self-directed programs because they are more flexible. You can gear the savings plans to your risk tolerances and your lifestyle. And something else that's very cool is they're transferable. So if you don't like the institution that you're working with, you can move that money to another institution to manage that for you. So how do they work? Well, it really is going to depend on how many years you have to invest. If your child is very young and you're saying as a couple that you want to save enough for your son or daughter to get to university and pay for approximately half to 4 years of their education, you should be looking at putting away about $2,000 to $3,000 per year. And with all the extra government grants and the sheltered savings that you're going to have in there, if that money is invested as a moderate or moderate aggressive profile, you'll have $50,000 to $60,000 waiting for you when that student gets to university. You don't have to worry about redeeming those investments immediately. So meaning if your student decides not to go to university right after they graduate from high school, don't worry about it. You've got lots of time. The student could literally be 35 years of age before you've got to collapse these programs. A lot of Canadians are also concerned about, hey, what happens to my money if my child doesn't go to school? Well, there's a couple of options. You can transfer the government benefits to another student in your family that could potentially benefit from those grants. Or the worst thing that could happen is you collapse the entire program. The grant money that the government gave you for that student will go back to the government. All the interest that you collected over those years, hey, you can put that money into your RRSP. And then finally, you've got your own contributions that you've been throwing in there for the last 15 to 20 years. You can take that all out on a tax-free basis. So are RESPs a great investment? I think so, but ultimately it's up to you. Thank you. For more information, I invite you to check us out on LinkedIn. Send us your questions, because every question is a great question.